Like, what are we doing?
Corey Graves, the ignorant slut. Cannot pronounce the word coup de grace. He says coup de grace.
Welcome to This is a Takeover. I'm Shelby Ray Patterson.
And I'm Gina Brafford.
And we are here to talk about NXT Stand and Deliver 2023.
Whoop, whoop.
But first off, how are you doing, Gina?
I am all right. It's been a bit of a hectic day, but I am so glad to be here talking and goofing and goofing.
Okay, this is going to be a peek behind the curtain, listeners. So I am currently in producer Kara's spot right now.
It's thrown off everything.
It is thrown off our vibe. Like I have been so nervous to do this. This is literally the same thing that I'm doing, except I'm pressing record.
Yeah.
That is literally
It's a big
the
red
only
button
difference.
you push.
I've been taught never to push the red button.
And then, of course, I'm the one that's like, push it, push it, push it.
And I'm just like, okay, there's literally, I've done this before. I did this on the last episode of This Is a Work. Like, I can do this. I can talk and
That's
record
right. You
at
can
the
do
same
it.
time. And then I get to do this, and it's just us, and I legit have like a giggling fit.
She tells me not to look at her while she's doing the intro because she wouldn't be able to handle it.
I couldn't handle it. And I'm trying so hard, and there were so many cars that went by, and I couldn't start. And then all of a sudden, the airplane goes over us. And no, I don't think it sounded like it was a fucking airplane.
Oh, I saw a car go past, but maybe they dropped the car.
It was pulling an airplane. The car was pulling an airplane.
Was that a Ram of Ford F-150?
Hey, it can tow anything. It can tow a plane, okay?
Yeah, that's what all the commercials talk about. Like, you ever been to the deep south and had a Ford F-150 pull you out of the mud?
That same truck can pull an aeroplane out of the sky.
Oh, this is going to be a great episode.
You know, I think this is so appropriate because, for one, for those who are listening when this comes out, which honestly I have no idea when this is going to come out.
Yeah.
Because the whole reason why I'm sitting in my spot right now, in the producer spot, is because both David Hensley and Kara Hayes, who usually are the two producers for this show,
Who normally push the red button
push the red button so I don't have to worry about it, are currently doing a show together right now.
Yes.
David is directing a show, and Kara is stage managing that said show.
That is correct.
So
It's just us.
it's just us in here. But I totally lost my train of thought. I was going to have a reason. I have no idea when this is going to come out. I have no idea when David's going to be able to get in here to release this. He said my only job was to push the button, and I don't do the editing because I can't do that yet. I will get to that point one day, but today's not that day.
Good for you, because that will... No, you don't want that from me. No.
But that being said, even if we did release it tonight, it is April the 10th. This event happened on April the 1st.
It's fine.
It has taken us a while to get back in here.
Fine.
And a lot has happened in between, that time period.
Yes.
One thing of which, for just to start off at the top of this episode, we have some change here at Long Walk Podcast.
We do. Big change.
So if you're fans of the show, you listened to the previous episode, you heard that David Two Dogs Hayes is no longer going to be hosting This Is a Work anymore. And his last episode was WrestleMania.
Man.
Which I will say, that episode, I enjoyed that episode a lot. And it's not just because I was on it. I felt like it was a really fun episode, and we really got into some good discussion.
Yeah, you guys did. You really
did. Cody Rhodes and
Yes.
Roman Reigns of it all. And I feel like it was just a really good one for him to go out on. So I hope he's proud of that one.
Yay.
But it's exciting because friend of the show and husband of the show.
Hey!
Real husband, not wrestling husband.
No, real life, actual husband.
Robert Brafford is going to be the new host of This Is a Work.
Yay!
So
Muppet arms! I'm so excited.
It's going to be exciting. I'm excited to see what he brings to the show, because I feel like him and Dogs have different energy. So it'll be it'll be interesting to see how him and Chris vibe.
I'm sure there's going to be a
and-
lot of dad jokes.
Oh my god,
A lot of puns.
lots of stats, lots of facts that like he'll just pull out of nowhere.
He does. He
Yeah.
really does. It's an amazing ability that he has. And I'm like, where did you find that? He goes, oh, it's just on here. And I'm like, what?
Well, I think it'd be really fun if we kind of shake things up a bit and just kind of like they invade us, we invade over there. Like, you know, it would be fun. I think it'd be cool.
Guests?
Yeah.
Guests?
And that's another thing I wanted to talk about on this episode. I want to get guests on this show.
Yay!
We have been threatening to do it for years, and we have.
It has been years.
It has been years that we've been doing this show, and we need to get a guest in this studio. We need
All
it.
inquiries, please reach out via Twitter, Instagram, email, text message, phone call.
Yeah, if anyone's interested in our, we're putting it out real thick now, but it'll be fun. I think it would be really fun to see who's interested in wanting to come on.
Absolutely.
And talk.
A new perspective.
I mean, one person in particular comes to mind for us, but I think
That'll be a little difficult now.
well, if we get him in quick enough, maybe, but we'll see. But yeah, so lots of change going on, but good change. And
Absolutely.
I think with this show in particular, I think also set up a bunch of change that is potentially going to happen. And a lot of stuff that has happened now that I don't know will continue going forward if the rumors are true and Vince is back. I don't know if some of the stuff that happened on this show is going to continue.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It's the good thing about us over here at NXT, and this is a takeover. We're not usually affected by what happens on the main roster.
Yes.
Like we can sit and complain about stuff when our babies go up to the main roster.
But it's not that a lot happens from the other side.
Because Vince doesn't know about our show.
Yeah.
And
Unless it's Creed.
Well-
Unless it's Austin and then it's Kofi. Then that's nice.
then that's fine.
That's
but
Xavier. Sorry, Xavier Woods. Sorry.
But I think that seeing as how Vince doesn't really care about NXT that much, and when he quote unquote did care, he didn't really put that much effort. Hence NXT 2.0,
No.
which crashed and burned.
Dark times in the kingdom.
Dark times, but also very colorful times.
You stole my joke. Dang it. We started at the same time.
But I think that it'll be interesting to see what will happen going forward. Like what will happen to those people who initially were supposed to be called up, and we have not seen any new call-ups at all, and it's been a week post removed from WrestleMania. And, and
because that's normally Raw is the time where they're like,
the Raw after and the SmackDown after really has now become the time when new NXT call-ups will start. And that's when they kind of start their run and establish who they are, and we have had zero.
So without going, and spoiling, but the person that we definitely thought really hasn't shown their face yet.
Not yet.
Because I really believed that would be the one thing where it's like, oh, if we give them, then Vince will leave us alone.
Yeah.
Go, take it, run.
I will say that from what I heard as of today, he has not. But I heard also as of today that apparently Vince has put a quote unquote hiring freeze on creative right now, meaning that they can't bring in any new people.
Okay, now maybe it's because I already hate him, and I hate him a lot.
I think you can join the club on that one.
Like, I won't lie, y'all. I got so angry I cried at WrestleMania night.
Yeah,
but there were a lot of other reasons for that.
A lot of emotions on that one.
I'm not even going to get into that. But see, I got so mad I can't even remember what I was going to say.
I think eventually, and we'll get into this later on in the episode, but I think eventually that will stop, and the people that we think will eventually get caught up. But I think it will be interesting going forward as the show goes on, what it will look like. And I'm praying that it will stay the same.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty good right now.
I mean, this whole card,
I wouldn't say this whole card. I would say
comparatively,
I would say 3/4 of this card was pretty on point. I would say there's a couple that I can single out. But
and which we will discuss.
before we get into that, we actually have a "What are you drinking?" segment today.
We do.
We need to bring it back, and I know I can't fully participate.
No, but hold up. You are so excited about you know what? We're going to start. Shelby Patterson, what are you drinking today?
Okay, so this is either going to go really well or it's going to blow up in my face.
I'm so excited.
So-
not literally, because you've already popped it.
Well, of course I have, because I'm not a monster that likes to open my drinks on air. So
Wow. I'm offended.
you should be, because it was directed at you. So I have a non-alcoholic beer. And
Really?
Yes. Now it is marketed. It does not say beer exactly. It's a sparkling water, but it is a hop infused sparkling water. So hops are what beer's made out of. It's called Hop Splash. And it is 0 alcohol, 0 calories, and I'm scared because
I am not that big of a beer person, specifically if it's hop forward, but I know you enjoy that.
I do, and I have, especially with it getting warmer.
Yes.
I do enjoy a light beer or an amber,
Yes.
From time to time, and so I am hoping. I did bring a backup bubbly just in case.
She when we get in the car, she was like, just in case this works out terribly, I have something to chug to take the pain away.
Yeah. So okay. So here it goes.
All right.
This is me trying.
Oh.
Not bad.
Oh.
Okay, that is actually kind of tasty.
Her face was really excited. I wish y'all could have seen it.
No, seriously. Like, this is not
Well,
just...
enjoy it.
I'm very happy that this is good.
Good for you.
Okay, so I do have that, and I have my bubbly for when I run out.
Extra hydrated. Good for you.
My sparkling water that will definitely not dehydrate me.
Look, you're gonna crumble my you're gonna crumble my tower of thinking that I'm being, healthy by drinking sparkling water all the time.
Yeah, but you know that that's a lie, though.
Let me pretend.
Well, Gina Brafford, what are you drinking?
I am drinking, shout out again, because I'm pretty sure I had this last time. Thank you, Shelby, for sharing,
yes.
as usual. I have a Slow Play Brewing Active Player Hard Seltzer with the flavor of mixed berry.
Now, I know I sing their praises before, and I have, but...
Oh, I can sing them too.
I don't like mixed berry as a flavor.
Same. Normally,
But I
hate it.
love that flavor.
Yes, because this is real fruit. I
Yes.
can really tell.
Well, also, if you were to pour it in a glass, it's actually pink.
It is pink. It is a light, soft pink.
Yes, and the peach flavor is really good, and they also have a
Peach one's my
a
favorite.
blueberry lemonade. That's my favorite one.
I think that's Robert's favorite too.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Well, yay, success.
Success.
Cheers.
Clink, clink.
I love it. So now that we are hydrated, let us get into this. So we actually had a pre-show match
We did.
on this card.
What a concept.
And apparently this was a match that was thrown in last minute.
No.
Absolutely.
I love them.
I know.
Dagnabbit.
So this is Chase U versus Schism in a
Schism.
fatal 4-way match. So for Chase U, if for those of you who aren't familiar, you have Andre Chase, Duke Hudson, Thea Hale, and Tyler Bate. And now Tyler Bate is a new addition. And I will say up into this pay-per-view, I had not been watching as closely. So when Tyler Bate came out, I was very excited because I do love me some Tyler Bate. But I was very confused. I was like, okay, do you go to Chase U now?
Yeah.
Like,
Who was he previously?
well, he
Was
came,
he always just Tyler Bate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and he still is Tyler Bate, but
Yeah.
he now is like, he's all like spiritual and like
Oh.
kind of shaman-y kind of,
Ooh.
which I'm like, okay, like I guess I can kind of see that, but I also don't know why that means you're with Chase U, but I'm not complaining.
I
I'm
mean,
not
there's all
complaining about
sorts
it.
of people on campus, Shelby.
Oh, I know. That's true. That is, you know what? That's probably their reasoning.
That's exactly what
That's
it is.
what it is.
It's North Carolina, like, influenced universities. Absolutely.
That's very true. And then for Schism, you have Joe Gacy, who's the leader. Now, You're gonna laugh at this.
Because I already know.
I actually looked up the names of the grizzled young vets because we have been so adamant and we have not been calling them by these new names.
No, because it's stupid and they're the grizzled young vets, and it doesn't matter if you put a freaking eye contact lens that looks white and scary and ooh, you're the grizzled young vets.
Hey,
Damn it.
But this is what they're going by now, so this is what we have to honor. We have to honor their names.
Do I need to take a sip?
I don't know. You might spit it out.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. I won't do that to the microphone.
So Zach Gibson is now Rip Fowler. Zach Gibson was the one that did most of the talking, right? So the bald-headed guy with the white eye now.
With the white eye, yep.
And James Drake, which was the like long-haired kind of like psycho one.
Yeah.
Jagger Reed. I swear to you, I have not looked up their names this entire time on purpose because I didn't want to. I did not want to know what their names were.
Cursed information.
But I had to because I
Why?
can't say their old names anymore because that's completely off the record. Even though every other like channel that I subscribe to still calls them the Grizzled Young Vets,
Which just proves we're right.
Yeah.
We're more right.
And Ava Raine, who is actually The Rock's daughter.
Yeah. And at
Oddly
first,
enough.
like, I was like, wait, what? And then she turned the corner and I was like, yup, that's the Rock's daughter.
Yeah. No, it definitely makes
Looks
sense.
just like him.
Honestly, this match was amazing.
It was,
It had no right to be fun.
No, well, that's
But-
the thing. So when Chase U started, the concept wasn't fully, it wasn't there.
No.
And
yeah.
so it was hard to watch because you're like, where is this going? Like, what is happening? And then we went away for a bit and we came back and everyone and their mama and their daddy and their grandma and their grandpa was all about Chase U. There's a section in like any NXT like show or, you know, takeover or whatever that is a Chase U section now.
Yeah, they have them at every live event, too.
I know.
Every single live event. And this is not prompted. Like, I think in the beginning when they were getting crowds back in, you remember they had a very select guest list of like
Yes.
who was allowed and who wasn't. I think.
Oh yeah, you had to know somebody to know somebody.
Exactly.
I remember that. Aw.
And those people, this was back in like, in the COVID days.
Yeah.
When they were still trying to, source who was coming in.
Yeah.
And
then they had the plexiglass on the walls.
Exactly.
And they covered it. Yeah.
Exactly. So,
Remember those days?
I think I try to block them out because
Drink to that.
yeah, there were certain times where I was just like, I really hope something has to give here because this is
Yeah.
weird. This is, but they had a Chase U section, but I think they put it there.
They were trying.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
But now it just organically happens.
You can just chat. You can tell these are real NXT people who are like all about Chase U.
Yeah, which I think is really cool that this, faction that is on, okay, we'll put them on the pre-show because we know that they'll get the crowd going. And it's very clear that that's how they feel about them.
Yeah.
Because they just threw them into this match. But there was so much story with this that
Yes.
normally, and this is, I think I said this when we were watching it, I'm like, this is what I miss about pre-show matches, because the reason why they don't do them on the main roster anymore is because they don't mean anything. And
Yeah.
so nobody watched them because they were just throwaway matches. So now they just have analysis for an hour that still nobody watches, but like, they're just
Exactly.
going to have talking heads for an hour because they're not going to make, superstars go through a 10, 15-minute match for no one to watch it.
But if you put the right people there, like this.
Right, but then
On
you
the
have matches like these that there's story behind it and there's a purpose, and like right off the bat you have Thea Hale, who's like, let me at
Your
her.
favorite person.
I still love her.
Your
I'm telling you, she outshined Ava Raine in every sense of the word.
Absolutely.
Like, to me, Ava Raine was actually the weakest link in this match.
Yeah.
Because,
I think she had some nerves hit her.
but I think it's because Thea is so high energy.
Yes.
That, like, I think she was trying to play the straight man to her, but
the definite like slow lumbering, like
It
I'm a
didn't
whoop
work.
you. It was just I would
To
like
me,
to
it didn't
see
work.
more. But I also was just so floored by the fact that it was The Rock's daughter. So I just was like, holy crap! He like. It looks like he just like spit and like his like child grew from the spit. Like it's like a spitting image.
Well,
But
it's true, but like the very first exchange is Thea just jumping into the ring, being like, "Let me at her," and she refused to tag in.
Yeah.
And so like someone else started the match, and so Thea couldn't do it. Which is, I'm like, okay, she could totally wrestle the guys, which she did later on in the match.
It was great.
She was able to do it later on, but like. To me, I'm like, okay, to me, it was weird that she was just like, no, I'm not going to fight you. And it wasn't a, like, I'm scared of you because you're like
it's
a
just
rabid
like
chihuahua.
you're pointless.
Right. And it's like, you're beneath me. I don't need you. But then later on in the match, you have to go up against her.
I just wish that she had been on her own. I don't think she needs a faction.
No, I disagree. I disagree. I think she does for right now, because right now she has zero character to me.
That's true.
And so if you debut by yourself with zero character, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Right? So I think she's still developing it.
Yeah.
So I'll give her a pass
Yeah.
for this time, because
She's
this was
learning.
her first one. But I mean, everything else about this match was
It's just
so much fun.
and then the
whole
almost betrayal.
the whole like Duke Hudson of it all, of like everybody tagging in Tyler Bate over him, so you could see during the entire match.
frustration.
He's just like, the fuck, guys, like, what?
Like I'm right. He literally just held his hand out one time, looking at it like, weird. It's like that's not there.
He literally did the move. He held his hand out and then pointed at it. He's like, okay, my hand is here. Like, right? Like he was making sure that his hand was real. Like it was one of those. He was like, okay, no, my hand is out here. Like, they do see it, right? Like, that character work, he has just come so far.
He has.
He has come so far, and he is so funny.
He is.
And I'm so glad that they let him be a comedic character right now, because it works for him. Like, he's huge. Yes, he's 6'5", and
he's a total teddy bear.
Right, but like he could totally play into that.
Absolutely.
And I love the juxtaposition of like, okay, yes, I am huge and I'm burly and I'm scary when I need to be, but like I'm also like, wait, but guys, I want to tag in.
Yeah.
Like, can I be a part of the group? Like, I mean, you could be both.
Like there's almost like a jock element to it. It's not full like scary.
Right.
But it's like, yeah, like if I was playing basketball and I was like playing horse with my friends and this guy came in, I would absolutely be like terrified out of my mind because I was going to lose.
Right.
But it just makes me happy knowing what he went through, just on a personal level.
He come out on the other side.
That
of
he
it.
did, that he did, and that his character grew. He had more, confidence in himself, But I really fell for it.
But I think it was because it was the
fell for
long
it,
game.
man. It
was the long-term storytelling of the entire match that made you believe that he was actually going to turn on them.
I was screaming. I was like, "No, Duke!"
So to set it up, so basically the end of the match comes.
Yeah.
And Duke is faced with Schism, and they're like, doing the whole like, you should come over here, not appreciated. They don't want you over there. Like, we want you over here.
After no one tagged him. Maybe he tagged once, but like I think it was an accident.
He tagged himself in.
That's right. He tagged himself in.
He tagged himself in,
Yes.
and then he got his ass beat, and then had to go out to the outside.
Yeah.
So I think they were like, here's a T-shirt. You should take that T-shirt off, and you should wear our T-shirt. No. And he did it, and we were like, oh my God, why would you do this? No. And then he steps back behind them, like as Schism goes forward to like, to start to jump, chase you, and they're like, no. And then all of a sudden, he just in one rip,
It was a beautiful
the T-shirt just disintegrates off this man's body.
Dominic.
Right.
Dominic. Take some notes.
I don't
Watch how to rip some shit.
I don't know if they scored it beforehand, but
Doesn't matter.
it
It's the principle.
It literally looked like he touched it and it just goes poof, and it just disintegrates off this man's body. And he just rips it clean off and then just starts wailing. Oh my God, it was so great. And then Chase U gets the victory.
Yay!
And it's, I gave it a 4.
It was a fabulous
It was
match.
fun. And also, just as a fun little wordplay, Andre Chase's finisher.
What?
It's called the Fratliner.
Is it really?
Not a flatliner. Oh, no. Oh, nay. It is the Fratliner.
That's so good.
And that just made me so happy.
Dang it. How did I miss that?
Oh man, it was so great.
Oh,
so that
that's
was
amazing.
That was our pre-show match, guys.
Beautiful.
And because that leads us into the main card, which I was shocked that this was the first on the card.
I was too. I mean, I didn't want it to be like, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be, quote, second. But, I was worried it would be second.
Well, in that dreaded second spot.
I know.
You
And
know?
I was like,
So we had the women's championship ladder match. So this was Roxanne
Ladder
Perez, which is your champion, versus Zoe Starks, Gigi Dolan, Tiffany Stratton, Lyra Valkyria, and Indy Hartwell. And again, this match was just so much fun.
it was
I loved
a
it.
ball of awesome energy.
And I've gone on record on this show. I love a stipulation match.
You
but
do.
I love a ladder match. Ladder matches are literally, I love him. Like, to me, it is hard. Like, Dogs always talks about it's hard to mess up a rumble. It's hard to mess up a ladder match for me.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you have people, which, again, glutton for punishment, I guess. I love
you're
when
a
people.
little sadistic with some of those.
I mean, every wrestling fan is a little bit, like you kind of want them to, whatever. I'm not going to justify myself.
No. I think definitely Shrek influenced both of us for that.
Oh, definitely, for sure.
Give him the chair.
We're a whole generation raised on Shrek.
Oh my
so.
gosh.
But I will say that everybody had moments in this match, but I was very surprised at Tiffany Stratton.
She did really.
Because I'm telling you, first glance, she is one that I want to not like. Right?
She came out in a super sparkly top and bra. It almost kind of reminded me of Jade Cargill a little bit with the style of the sparkle, the level of sparkle for it.
Yes.
Blonde extensions, curled perfectly with the perfect amount of makeup.
Well, and she has her persona, her character gimmick is basically I'm Charlotte Light.
It's exactly
right.
that.
Like
it's like that, and then just
I'm
a little
rich,
bit of Mandy sex appeal.
Exactly. I'm rich. I'm a gymnast. I'm better than you type deal. And I'm like, okay, we obviously that's not going to go away. And I don't know if it should fully go away because it's a good heel. It's a good female heel archetype.
There's a reason why we still have that is because there are still women out there like that. I mean, the high school flashbacks just really hit me in the head. Just a few people.
The pink.
Oh,
the pink body spray. Do you know?
Yeah, I know what that is.
Is that smell coming back to you right now? In every gym class,
the tanning stickers. Did I just bring something back for you there?
Oh, not for me personally, but yes, I do remember in school having friends that would go to tanning beds.
Oh yeah,
and I'm like, what is the point of putting a sticker on you
to show that you did it?
To show that your tan is not real?
Right.
Because the whole point. Okay, anyway,
we're not.
That's a whole different.
We're back.
That's a whole different show.
Well, you know
really.
what? We'll find a way to bring that up. We will.
We'll have our own nostalgia podcast.
That'd be great. I love that. Anyway,
but I feel like she really impressed me because I just want to list off a few of the moves.
And
good,
bumps because
that she actually
not what I know.
had to take during this match because she took a beating.
She did
during this match.
An Irish beating.
So she took a spine buster on a ladder from Indy, like small of the back spine buster. A head scissors takedown from Roxanne that literally threw her to the outside.
That one hurt.
And then a huge jump off of a ladder into a multi-woman spot on the floor.
You can't say she doesn't want it.
No, and exactly.
You can't say she does not want to be here.
And after this match, I'm like, you know what?
Go.
I changed my mind.
Yeah.
I want to see what you do.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited for your singles push now.
Yeah.
Because if you are
or
willing,
even tag or something like
if
that.
she's willing to do that,
Absolutely.
and because there is one person in every match that does that. Finn Balor is always one of those people, right? Johnny Gargano is always one of those people.
Like glutton for punishment over there.
But you have to have at least
There's
one of those people,
One that
in that who's willing to do
ways
that.
to die.
Well, yeah, because that's what makes it
Yeah.
exciting. That's why people love ladder matches, is because you get to see these crazy spots that you wouldn't normally get to see in a normal match without ladders in it.
Yeah.
Right? Because they set up all these structures and everything to make it so that way they can, like, okay, it's like what's the word I'm trying to look for? It's not Legos. It's like
Oh, hang on.
when you're trying to build like not Lincoln Logs. Like, what am I trying to think of right now?
Okay, so it's a toy.
Yeah.
2 words. Category is.
This is not entertaining at all. Anyway, whoever is listening to this knows exactly what I'm talking about if you, in association with a ladder match. So they build these structures with these ladders, right? And they only mean death.
Yeah,
right?
only.
So
pain, suffering, death.
So like you just see a ladder leaning up against the corner. You're like, they're not just putting it there to like get to later.
Setting your spot.
No, they are setting up for them to go through that ladder or to be thrown at that ladder or whatever.
I just can't even imagine the bruises that some of these men have after a match like this. It just makes me.
There used to be wooden ladders, Gina. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the welts in my mind.
I mean, even now, steel is still
and these are
terrible.
clearly the softest option available.
Well, yeah, because
because
it's like a metal trash can.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Like it bends really easy.
Yes.
But yeah, honestly, I was happy with the end of this, but I was not expecting the outcome of this match. Gina, would you like to explain what happened?
Yes. So, preface this. I had even said at the beginning of the match when all of the names popped up, I said, oh man, Indy, I wish, Indy, because I have loved Indy Hartwell for so long, but that is mostly not just because she's an amazing woman, but it's mostly because I was the biggest shipper of Index. And yes, this does have a relevant bring back to the topic. Wait, you know what I mean? There's a line here.
There's a through line.
Thank you.
There you go. That's what you were looking for.
You found my word, but I couldn't find yours. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
There's a through line here. So Indy went through right at the end, just having these crazy moves. Like either she was hit. Was she hit?
Oh, a bunch of times.
Yeah, so she was just absolutely tackled, like beaten to the ground. And then finally she looks up and no one's there and she tries to climb up the ladder. And she keeps trying and she's hurt too bad. Her ankle, her leg, everything hurts too bad. And then suddenly she's lifted in the air. And she's suddenly going up the ladder and her face is like, I'm not moving. And then the camera pans down. And there's Dexter. And he's lifting her up to the belt. And she reaches up and grabs it.
And Indy Hartwell is your new NXT Women's Champion. And it was such a cute and
adorable.
perfect moment, but not like it wasn't a run in that you would normally see. And that's what I appreciated and that's what I loved about Index so much.
Yeah.
And why I'm so glad that they still do callbacks to them every once in a while.
Yes.
Because Dexter is now on the main roster and there's
There's a
attached
big
to that. But he's not on NXT full time anymore.
Yeah.
So when he does appear, I love that they use him like this.
Yeah,
because all he did was just slide underneath her and she looks down and he's just giving her a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, and then she's on his shoulders and she's like not even here.
Like she's
you
so
can
out of
see
it.
She is like disassociated completely from what's actually happening.
She's just so shocked that he's there.
Right. So when she gets the title, she literally has this moment where she comes back to the arena.
Yeah.
Like mentally.
Yeah.
And she looks at the title looks at Dexter and he is like nodding his head like, yeah, bitch, like this just happened.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Right. And then
I love you too.
She looks back at the title and she's just like, oh, I just won. Like it
Yeah.
literally, she didn't say anything, but you could see all of it on her face.
It was amazing.
And that's
great face acting.
that right there is why I'm like, y'all should have put this on her sooner.
Absolutely.
And
she should have had
why
it
it took
so
so long, I don't know.
Oh.
But I am so happy. And it honestly,
and true love conquers all.
exactly. And
You can't be better than that.
And it really feels like, I heard this said by somebody, so I can't take credit for this. It feels like a Lifetime Achievement Award for her.
She has worked so
Because
hard and so long for NXT. Like, my gosh.
She's been ride or die. She literally has done everything that they've thrown at her, and she's made it work.
And there's so many times where I know it's like specifically in these situations, in these matches, where she's right there. Like, it's every time she's like the last person to touch the belt before the actual person who gets it. And it's so, like, I'm like, no, like, so frustrated for her. So I hope she's celebrating. And there was a really cute picture of her holding up, not IWGP, but like a very indie brand belt. And then it was her holding up the NXT one with Triple H. And it was really cute.
Yeah, and to me, her winning this, because I was shocked that they took it off Roxanne so quickly.
Yes.
Right?
That was a surprise.
And I will say, we didn't talk about the lead up to this match or anything.
Yeah.
But it was very convoluted and very crazy. We didn't know if Roxanne was injured, if she...
Yes.
There was a whole kind
a
of misdirect that happened.
But I think she still is.
No, I think she is too, which I think is why they took it off of her. But I'm glad that they decided, because they could have given it to Zoe. Right.
Who I also think is a good worker, but I just there's no more story for her anymore. Like, without Io was the best work she had. That was the funniest bit she ever did, was being like, I'm a be your friend, and Io's like, I hate you.
It worked until it didn't. That was
Yeah.
the thing. And I think that is her issue, is her stuff works. Like her stuff with Io worked until it didn't.
Yeah,
Her
and then
stuff
it just
with
flat.
her stuff with Nikita Lyons worked until it didn't.
Oh, I forgot about
You
Nikita
know.
Lyons.
Yeah, she just kind of disappeared.
Yeah, where did she go?
I don't know.
Eh.
But
We'll dig into that, listeners.
But to me, having Indy win this makes this title feel like it's a big deal again.
Yeah.
Right? Because you had it on Mandy for so long.
Yes.
And then you had Roxanne take it off of her in a very unceremonial way.
Yeah.
Right? Because Mandy got fired
yeah.
and it was very weird, right? But now I feel like it matters again. Right?
It has gravity.
Yes.
There's weight to it. Yes.
Which I feel like is really necessary with any women's title. For any title that the women have, it needs to mean something, right?
There's already that, I mean, I'm not going to say stigma. It's not nearly as much as it like used to be, but like, I mean, it's not a diva belt.
No.
It's not, just look pretty, do a couple moves, wear a pretty bra. Like, there should be more weight to it. So that's why I guess it's so much more important now to see it not... Look, Mandy makes her choices. That's fine. I have no problem with her doing what she does. Like, that's all up on her. But it means more to me when Indy has it, because Indy is such a talented and really hardworking human who's deserved this for a really long time.
Well, I think she's also a good representation of what the women's division actually is.
Yes, and what it can be and what it should be.
What I also loved is that it was won during a ladder match. During like a hardcore, hard-hitting ladder, multi-women ladder match.
Yes.
Right? Like, it proves that the women on this roster...
They can handle it.
And I mean, I gave this match a 4.5.
Absolutely.
Because it was hard.
I was going to annoy you and give you crazy numbers.
What were you going to do?
4.8.
Why?
Just to screw with you. No, it's a 4.5.
Thank you.
It was a 4.5
It was not completely perfect, but it was almost perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I will say, we didn't really talk about Valkyria.
Not really.
I was surprised she would be out of all of them, there has to be one weak link.
I
But
wouldn't
it wasn't
say
even that she was weak.
I wouldn't say that she was weak at all. I think she just
She didn't have as many spots.
Well, compared to the spots that other people had,
Yeah.
I think they just weren't as high profile because I honestly can't even remember
Yeah.
right now certain moves that she did.
Exactly.
But I think
She's good, and that's why I was
Yeah.
surprised.
I think it would be interesting
that's booking.
for her to somehow get into the fray with Alba Fire and Isla Dawn.
Ooh,
I think that would be
that'd
really
be nice
fun.
trios right there.
I think that would be fun, but I don't know how that would
Ooh.
work, seeing as how Isla
They still need a name.
and Alba are a tag team right now.
Yeah.
But maybe down the road. Maybe.
Who knows, man?
But
I mean, they were mortal enemies before this.
that's true.
So anything's possible.
Well, I feel like we could gush about this one all night,
Yes.
but we
We
definitely
shall
need
move
to
forward.
move forward.
Yes.
So our next match is for the tag team championship. Words.
Words are hard, as you can see from before.
Let me try that again. It is the tag team championship triple threat match with Gallus versus the Creed brothers versus what they call the family, which is Tony D'Angelo and Stax.
There's only one family, and it's the Gargano family.
It's true.
The way.
It's the way.
It's the way.
But that's neither here nor there.
No.
Which
Call back for that later.
my first note on this was
So when I was looking over the notes and, just looking over the order of stuff again, I just literally was like,
Yeah.
oh, I forgot about that. But
because nothing happened. Nothing really
No,
happened.
but-
So you have Gallus, who are the champions, right? Which
why?
Which, again, I like Gallus, but I think I liked Gallus for what they were in UK because they were badass in UK. They were so cool. And then
Because I know nothing about what they
I
used
know,
to be.
but this is how I feel at every single main roster pay-per-view when I see an NXT person and I gush over them, and then the people that we watch with, they're like, I don't know about them, Shelby. I'm like, and then I go, but wait, you should have seen them when they were doing this. Like, I feel like this again, but on my own show.
Oh, it's more so just because when I did watch UK, it was that.
It was the dark ages of UK.
Oh.
It was when there was no crowd. It was
COVID times.
And I will say, UK has the best. They have the best fans. They really do.
British people are awesome.
Oh, I know. And
yes, they're part of the UK. Yes, the Northern.
I'm not going to say anything because I don't know.
Northern Ireland is. Southern Ireland is not.
Okay.
I know that one.
I'm sure our Irish listeners would get
Please don't
very
be,
angry.
I am not
at us.
stating anything other than what us poor Americans have been taught.
I was about to say we are puny Americans.
We are
do
peons.
Not, we do not know your
are
history, and I'm
peasants.
so sorry. Anyway, I do feel like since they have come over, it has felt like, okay, they are the UK people because we have to put them on here.
Yeah.
Because UK is no longer a thing. So
Do you want to know what
they just kind of dropped them into the tag team division, which obviously because they're a tag team, but they kind of they tried to make fetch happen, right? They're trying to make Gallus happen, and it's just not happening. And I think because even really the only thing that happened in this match was Joe Coffey returned, and nobody cared because no one knows who Joe Coffey is over here in America.
Nope.
And
I was like,
I only knew because I was like, where is Joe Coffey? Because they used to be a trio. And because they did. And
you are.
he did not come over with them. And I'm like, that's weird. I don't know what's going on.
Awkward.
Right. But that's really the only thing that happened.
Even Vic was trying real hard to be like, oh my gosh, it's Coffee. And I was like, you try. I mean, you could have heard like someone drop a cup down the steps of the. It was awkward. I just call them the green team.
Which, to be fair,
that's all I know them as
that is
for
their
here.
entrance. It is.
Yeah,
it is just a plethora of green.
It's like
everywhere.
flubber green.
Which I think
that's a really good description. I'm gonna use that.
They tried to. they tried to make Joe Coffey a big deal.
Yeah.
By having him come through the crowd, and he was in, a hooded sweatshirt and, kind of wore a disguise and everything, and then came out and distracted the family, and that's how they won the match. And really, this triple threat was maybe 10 minutes.
It was
weird.
I didn't even think about that. It was so short.
Yeah, and I don't know if they were pressed for time or if the ladder match ran over
probably.
Or if they needed to make more time for stuff that happened later on.
That's true.
But I don't know. I feel like it got
short.
cut.
Yeah.
Because I really feel like it was only 10 minutes.
I mean, truthfully, looking back, maybe 10.
I mean, Gallus won and retained. I gave it a 3 just because it was neither here nor there. Like I
would
honestly
have given it 2.5.
I honestly can't remember very much from it.
Yeah.
But we're very far removed from it at this point.
Yeah. But I mean, even then, I remember at the end of both of us being like, eh?
Yeah. It just kind of left you feeling blah.
Yeah. That's what should have been number 2.
Well, it was number 2 technically on the main card.
See there, I keep adding because we're not used to a pre-show.
It's true.
Math.
Yep, but this was in technically the number
2
spot.
spot. There it is.
So it makes sense.
Our theory still stands.
So we can move on from that one and get to arguably the best match of the night, which is the North American Championship Fatal 5-Way.
Yay!
Which had Wesley versus JD McDonough.
Great name, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Great name.
That name changed so much. I was so mad when they changed his name from Jordan Devlin to JD.
Oh, that's right. That was him.
Yes.
But McDonough is a good name.
It's so good, and he's so nasty. I love it.
He's a McDonough.
You have Ilya Dragunov.
My favorite crazy motherfucker.
Crazy Russian man.
I love that man.
Axiom, who is my jam.
Oh, he's so good, too.
And Dragon Lee, a brand new signing.
Very cool, dude.
I need to tell this story.
Do it.
So,
go.
Dragon Lee, this to me, when this happened, doesn't matter any of the other news that happened with WWE or AEW or whatever. I was like, this is big shit news and people should know about this.
Yeah.
So this was in AAA, which is a Mexican promotion. And
crazy lucha matches.
Oh,
there.
crazy luchador matches.
Crazy gymnastics almost at
and
that
it's
point.
Awesome.
Yes.
So
good.
you had Dragon Lee, and at the moment I am blanking on his tag team partner's name, but they had just won the AAA tag team titles from FTR.
Crazy.
Okay?
Crazy.
They had just won them off of FTR, who are AEW stars.
Yeah.
Right? And
big guys.
AEW AAA, they have a partnership. And
also AAA tag team, out of all the belts, those are like the coveted belts.
Oh, because those are like, you have to be the best.
You
tag
have
team
to be. You have to absolutely annihilate everyone that you go against.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So those were the last belts that FTR had. They literally were holding almost all of the
and then
tag
just
team.
Had nothing.
Yeah, all the tag team belts except for the AEW belts. Those were the last ones. And then they just kept losing because they lost them to the Briscoes, and then they lost the AAA to Dragon Lee and his partner. And then after the match, Dragon Lee takes the mic and says, "Hey guys, there are WWE cameramen that are here filming this right now because I'm going to WWE." He legit won the tag team titles. And that same night, before the match had even officially ended yet, he said,
like as
"There's
his
a
victory lap."
Yes, there's a camera there. There's a camera there. Like blah blah blah, and then says they're here because I'm officially leaving AAA and going to WWE. And they dropped the belts, and he left. And now he's on NXT.
Bro.
Like,
wait, what happened to the other guy?
I don't know.
Shit.
I have no idea. I don't even know his name. So, to me, when I heard that, I was like, why is no one talking about this? Like, this.
Like, that's some
MJF shit.
Should be
Should be the biggest news right now. and I don't understand why it's not.
Like,
Because
that's some juicy gossip.
you just won another promotion's tag team titles off of a tag team that is with another promotion that you are partnering with.
Yes.
And then you said basically, fuck you.
Essentially.
And dropped the titles after taking it from them.
That's just
and
like-
said, nope, don't matter. I'm going to WWE. And WWE caught it on camera and now uses it as promotional footage. Meaning that they had a agreement with AAA to do so. I'm just saying
You're right,
AAA
dude.
wouldn't have let them do that if they didn't agree to it. So they knew
So even if it was a work,
Mm-hmm.
it's still a damn good work.
they still let them do it.
Damn.
They still let Dragon Lee win the titles off of FTR and still drop them. So they're vacant. FTR did not take them back. They are vacant.
I would have been like, you want to be like that? Go back. I would have grabbed and be like, I'm walking out.
That's not how it works. It's not how it works because they don't.
But
it's not
what is
theirs
it? Possession
anymore.
is what is that? What is it?
In America, it is. They were in Mexico.
I don't know the like if you own it, like if you have it in your possession, it's yours. I don't know if that's the law over in
No one
Mexico.
owns these belts, Gina. Just because they win them doesn't mean that
I'm
they
just
own
gonna say
them.
Jericho, very beginning of AEW, leaving it on top of the freaking stretch limo at Outback Steakhouse,
Okay.
ditching that,
No.
thinking he owned that. That was hilarious.
Okay, yes, but it's not their property.
I know it's hilarious, but
Okay.
he acted like it was his property.
Well, that was because he made it into a work.
He saved.
He
his
made
ass
his
is what he
mistake into a
did.
work is what he did. Anyway, I just wrote holy shit this match. Like that was my first note. Was just holy shit this
You're
match.
not wrong.
I mean,
I'm looking up the tag team, by the way.
this to me could have been
Dralistico.
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 Okay, well, I'm so sorry, Dralistico, that I
I'm making
forgot
sure.
your name, but I hope that you are doing well. And I hope
Wait.
you're doing other things.
Wait, now I'm confused. Now they're saying that's him. Okay, I'm going to do more research. Continue on.
Yeah,
sorry.
we're moving
Yep.
on from this now, Gina.
Moving on. Letting it go.
Yeah. So honestly, I feel like this could. It was obviously my match of the night, but I feel like this could have been one of the top matches of the entire WrestleMania weekend.
Ooh.
I really do. I
Yeah?
honestly do, because I feel like this could have been on the WrestleMania card.
You know what? I would put it up against the Sammy and the Usos. Sammy and KO and Usos match. Definitely is like the best matches.
Well, to me,
Yeah.
how
would,
how I measure like a good multi-man match, because you can have a multi-person match and it not go well, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the only stipulation is that there are 4 people or 5 people or however many people that are in the match, and that's the only stipulation,
Yeah.
it can go south if
Mm-hmm.
you don't have, if everyone in the match is not good.
Or coordinated, or
Right.
communicating.
And so how I kind of measure a good multi-person match is if I could enjoy seeing any 2 people that are put together in this match doing a singles match together.
Ooh.
Right?
That's
So
a good indicator.
So if I had, let's put Wesley and Axiom, which
Yes.
I think has happened.
Yes.
Right? That's an enjoyable match.
Yes.
If I had JD versus Elia, which has happened,
Yes.
great match.
Great match.
If I had Axiom versus Axiom versus Dragon Lee, great match on its own.
Yeah.
Right. So literally every person that you put with another person in this multi-person match,
Yeah.
it would be a great singles run.
That's true.
Right. So to me, that is a sign of a perfect multi-person match, because it doesn't matter where I'm looking or who I'm looking at. I'm enjoying myself in this
Yeah.
match. I'm not checking out at all because of these 2 people who don't have chemistry together or who are not working and their
Yeah.
styles are clashing. If that happens, I'm like, okay, well, what's happening over here
Yeah.
with these people?
Oh,
But when
something
you-
just happened on my phone.
Right. But when you direct my gaze to where I'm supposed to be looking at
Mm-hmm.
and I am enjoying myself, That's a sign of a good match.
Absolutely.
And I felt like the entire time I did not mind any single matchup that I saw. And to me, that's a perfect multi-person match.
Did you give it a perfect score?
I did. I did.
Listeners, it's been a hot minute, Miss Perfection.
It's been a hot minute since I've given a 5.
Wow.
But to me, I cannot sit here and recount to you every single spot because I don't want to, because I want them to go back and watch it.
Go watch it.
Out of every
Get popcorn, sit down.
Out of any match,
blanket.
Like on this takeover, this is the one you need to look at.
Absolutely.
Not the main event. The women's ladder match, yes, that's a good contender too.
Yes.
But this one in particular,
yes,
it was perfect.
It was just fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I mean, multi-person matches are supposed to be fun. They're not supposed to be just matches that you don't have enough places on the card to put everybody, so we'll just put everybody in this one match. Like, I feel like that's kind of how they go sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially in weekends like WrestleMania. Like where you have, there was one match on I think it was night 1, where you had just like 5 different tag teams all in one match. And it was because you just needed a tag team match.
And I said that earlier, like last podcast recording we did. And I was like, it's like Yahtzee. Like they took the cup, they put the dice in it, they shook it up, and they're like, all right. Because I think it was like Raquel Gonzalez, and like there were other women in that match. It was a women's match, and I just remember being like, it's like they were like, and throw this person in there.
You don't make sense. Why are you here?
No. And so I think that also is a testament to their own character too. Like the character they've built and developed. Well, because they can stand on their own, but they can also work with others.
Well, I feel like with every man in this match, like, they could be high flying, but then you had like a wild card like Dragunov in there that literally just like throws his body at people. That's not high flying. That's just you being reckless with your body. Like, to me, people can argue that high flying style is reckless, but like, to me, high flying is an art form because it is it is precise. It is there is a multitude of things that could go wrong if your precision is just off slightly,
like half of an inch makes a world of difference on where you're going to land, or if that rotation is an extra half an inch.
And it has for people before.
Absolutely.
So I think what Ilya does is not high flying in the slightest.
No,
this man legit. Like, he's like Darby Allin.
He's like Darby Allin. I'm trying to think of it in terms of D&D. He's what is it that Ted's character did? He went...
Oh, Spigot McDore?
Yeah, but what's it... when he went manic, or what was it?
He raged.
He raged!
Yeah.
Dragunov just rages. Yeah. And then he just is like, well, I have nothing to throw. I will throw myself.
It's very much the Darby Allin mentality, whereas Darby will...
I won't make it till I'm 40. Might as well just go do it now.
Right, but I feel like Ilya's is a little bit more calculated than that. So what he'll do is he'll like... You know how like a video game... You're playing a video game, and it's a fighting game, and you have that little bar down at the bottom. And you have to... Before you can use your like finisher, or before you can use like a really high power move, you have to get... That bar has to fill up all the way, right?
Absolutely.
You can actually physically see that. You can see that when it happens to Dragunov. You can see his eyes power up. And his finisher, or like his big move or whatever, is just catapulting his body into you to the point where you don't, like, you're stunned. You have no idea what to do. And it is not pretty.
No.
It is not
brutal.
Graceful. It is brutal as hell, and I love it.
Yeah,
like
it's messy.
It's chaotic.
It's messy.
It is messy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aww.
And so you have a style like that, and then you put that up next to Axiom, who
I know you love using Axiom.
I want to know what this man looks like, but I also don't want to know. Ooh. So Axiom he wears a mask.
Yes,
but I want to know.
Ooh.
I don't know why I want to know so bad. There's no reason for me to want to know, but like
I want to know.
I do. I don't know why. but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to his character whatsoever.
That just means that just shows how much you care about him.
The man has never spoken.
He doesn't need to.
No, I know.
He goes like, oh, whoop, 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 whoop.
But I think that just shows like my love of theater and how it comes out in wrestling. Because I am so I gravitate towards those type of characters. That's
Absolutely.
why I was so enthralled by the Demon when he debuted.
When he peaked.
Debuted him. Like,
or sorry, before he peaked.
yeah.
Sorry, wrong.
Right. Is why I love Axiom so much. I think that's why.
Asuka.
Yes,
Asuka's her masks are literal theater.
It's kabuki.
It is literal theater.
Yes. So I think that's why I'm so drawn to that, is because they draw from the theatrical aspect of it, and they don't need to speak. They don't need to say anything. Like, their body speaks for them, and I think that's why I'm so drawn to it. But like, you put Axiom style next to Dragunov, and you're like, this is never gonna work.
Yeah.
Right?
But then it does.
And then it just does. Right? So I think that just attests to everybody who was in that ring, and I think that's why I gave it a 5.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very much deserved.
Another match that I think I could just gush over for like another hour.
Yeah.
But we must digress.
We must continue forth.
Yes. So our next match is an unsanctioned match between Johnny Gargano and Grayson Waller.
Now, I had strong feelings about Mr. Waller, our last pay-per-view.
Yes, I think our listeners do remember those strong feelings.
Yes. So I was sitting, not pretty, but I was sitting and paying very close attention to what Waller would do, because I wanted to make sure that my theory still stood. And it did.
It did.
It did.
And what was that theory?
My theory was that he couldn't work with Braun Breaker. I don't know if that was he didn't work well with Braun Breaker for the reason of Braun Breaker being Braun Breaker. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Or
add
if
that to your theater warm up.
Or if it was just that both of their styles didn't match, but his character suffered greatly that last match. But then I think it was mainly because there was no story. And this is where and why this shined so beautifully.
Well, this was the inception.
This was full circle
of Grayson Waller.
Yes,
as we know him now, because
we didn't know him in the beginning. He was a little Australian nobody.
Yeah, and when he came out and attacked Johnny Gargano,
I've never seen her so mad
during his farewell speech.
You were so bad.
I was already crying
so
during this farewell speech, because I'm like, he's going to AEW, and I just know it, and I'm never gonna see him again. And
even though we watch AEW, but that's fine.
It doesn't matter. He doesn't
principle.
He doesn't belong over there.
He
Like,
doesn't love me.
He's not even a wrestling husband. He's like my
No.
wrestling brother.
Yeah, honestly,
You know?
that's very accurate. Yes.
But I think that's why I was so upset, was just because I just never thought that it would actually happen, that he would actually leave.
Yeah.
And
he was a company man.
Little did we know that he really didn't.
He did not. He just waited.
He just waited and bid his time. But
Smart man.
at the time, we didn't know that.
Nope.
And then you have this little shit
little shit feed.
come in and
What
hit
a piece of shit.
the golden boy Johnny Gargano in the back with a steel chair, and
Cheap shot.
and just it skyrocketed him. It did. It made it that everybody had a reason to hate this man.
Absolutely.
And people,
An immediate hate.
yes,
It was immediate, but not go away heat, but just, ooh, fuck you.
like, who would do that?
Like, who do you think you are?
Exactly. And I think he has done a great job of riding that heat.
He's really good.
Right? And he's done such a great job with it. And I'm so happy that they were able to come back and finish this.
Yeah.
And I don't expect Johnny to be back. I don't think it's one of those situations.
Not fully.
No, I don't
He's got Quill.
I don't even think that he's going to be back at all, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
because if they listen to me,
Hunter.
as they should.
Is Vince on the tap? Is he listening in on the phone call?
I hope so. In this situation, yes, because then
Only because
we
we want you to hear this.
I want when Tommaso inevitably comes back.
Oh, I miss that name.
They have to reunite DIY. They have to. They have to. Whether
But I want the cup involved. You didn't expect that one. Yes, I made a good reference.
You take a drink.
Yay!
No, I can't.
No, DIY is a much better choice.
Either they reunite DIY or he immediately turns on him and they feud. Either way, they need to be
Great.
They need to do something together because those two need to be either like they're Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Yes.
They need to either be best friends or want
Or
to kill
hate
each other for the rest of their lives.
Always and forever.
And that's what I want to see forever on my screen. I don't care what it is.
And back and forth is fine too.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
They just
I
always
wanna
need to
see
be.
it.
They need to be put together always.
I just want to see it. So I think that this match, because the whole storyline leading up to this was great because they really made it seem like Shawn Michaels was going to come out of retirement for this match.
HBK.
Legit, like the swerve that they tried to pull on people to make people think that Shawn Michaels was going to come out of retirement for Grayson Waller was hysterical to me.
The thing that also, it's like, okay, also, guys, now we say this with the most sincere, deepest love for this man. One of his eyes can't see right. I don't think that's a safe. I think it's a safety concern. There's a reason he's retired, guys. Like, let the man chill. Like,
too many super kicks to the head. I had to say it. I'm sorry.
It's so true.
I'm sorry. Too many sweet chin musics.
I mean, honestly, because his one eye literally just like is like, yeah, no, sorry. So yeah, no, he was not coming for you.
But he played it up well.
It's funny.
He did. I'll give it to HBK. He played it up very well, and Grayson too.
Yeah.
And so they have it in NXT where HBK comes out and is like hyping it up, and then he's like, oh no, you don't think I'm doing this match? And Grayson's like, no, you are. Like, this is like blah, blah, blah. And he goes, oh, no. Your opponent's right here.
And there's someone who wants to kick your ass way more than I do.
Exactly.
Favorite line.
Yes.
Best line.
And then
he really wants to kick your ass.
Rebel Heart hits.
Bam.
And oh my God. It was
good shit.
Such good shit.
Good shit.
And I mean, this match was really, really fun. And I will say that as far as Johnny Gargano unsanctioned matches go, I would say this one's pretty tame.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Because and not to say that I didn't enjoy it. I did.
Oh no.
I mean, I loved the Candace hold my baby spot.
Oh,
right. She legit is in the crowd with their son.
He's about to mess.
And I don't know who this bitch was that was next to her.
I think it was their nanny, but good for her.
I don't know who it was, but she legit turns to the lady next to her, says, like, gives Quill to her and says, take him outside.
Take him out back.
Yes. And then she hops the barricade and starts wailing on Grayson with a fucking kendo stick.
That's how you do it.
And I called it from the very beginning. I'm like, she's too close to that barricade.
Yep.
She's coming in this match.
Yep.
It's unsanctioned.
Absolutely.
There's no rules.
None.
Like,
you talk shit, you get hit.
And he talked shit to her the entire time. And I'm like,
I honestly
dude, you think just because this woman is holding a baby,
she wouldn't come in there with
she's
your
not
ass?
going to come in and kick your ass?
That's right.
Do you know who this woman is? This is Candice fucking LeRae. Okay?
This is the Dark Pixie.
This is the woman who wrestled and beat men for their titles.
Blood
in PWG.
curtain of blood pouring down her face.
Yes.
Like you are an ant compared to what she has overcome, my dude.
And I will say she did a very good job. I wish she was maybe involved a little bit more.
Yeah.
But
that's where the cup could have come.
She could have just pulled it out of her pocket.
I would have fainted.
Oh my God.
I would have fainted.
So I enjoyed it. I thought
Yes.
it was really, really fun. I mean, Johnny had to win this.
Yes.
Right?
But it also established Waller's heel continuing. Like, you know, like
And also, he tapped like a bitch.
he tapped like a little scared bitch.
Right. So it worked.
Perfect.
It totally worked. I mean, I loved the Way reunion at the end.
Oh, and then they came out, and then Candace was so excited for Indy. It was so cute.
Part of me wanted to be like, could Austin not be there?
Could he?
I know this is probably going
would've been-
against his character right now.
Yeah, he's a lot. Well, but I mean,
No, he's different. He's totally different.
No. I'm sorry. My thought process was yes. He is a heel. Yes, that's But I feel like he still could have done it and then like walked out and been like, and then just walked out. Like it could have still like the reference could have been there, but I mean, I wasn't mad that he was not present.
Yeah, I just think I miss them as a unit in general
I miss
because
dumb Austin.
I do. I miss dumb Austin. Like I really feel like he thrived in that character.
Oh, he and Duke Hudson would have been great together.
They would have been cool.
Good friends.
Like, I don't know. I feel like Austin Theory now is kind of leaning back towards what he was when he first debuted, the one that we didn't like.
Yeah.
And I think he has more control over it now, so I don't hate him. But I don't. I
Early on,
enjoyed,
it was early Vince grippings.
Yeah, he was kind of the golden child, the Vince
Yeah.
golden child, right?
I love how everyone crapped on him so fast.
No, they did.
Everyone crapped on him.
Which, hey, maybe that's
Oh.
humbling for him.
Yeah.
You know, but
Not
but
that
yeah,
it was fully his choice, but yeah.
well, sure. But Johnny wins by submission and
Amazing match.
gave it a 4.5.
Absolutely.
I think nothing is going to
4.5 Regals.
nothing is going to top a Tommaso Johnny
No.
unsanctioned match for me
No.
ever.
No.
But this, I don't think that this was what this. It wasn't trying to be that.
And I think that's what made it better. Not better in the sense of better than the original, but I think that's what made the match better and made it 4.5 Regals.
They told the story they needed to tell.
But it wasn't copying.
But I feel like if they went to the links that Tommaso and Johnny are willing to take in their matches,
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't have liked it as much.
Well, they
because-
didn't have as much background and history of hating each other as
That's
much
true.
as Johnny and Tommaso had.
I mean, nothing's gonna beat like
I mean, they hated each other for like, what, 5 years?
doing a DDT on the exposed wood of the ring.
Oh.
You know, like nothing is ever going to.
That's
beat
what
anything
started
like
this
that.
podcast. Was you sitting down and making me watch that match.
It's true.
And then from then on out, I was like, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here.
Yeah.
Like, let's go.
The Chicago match.
That is
right.
That is still my favorite NXT match
Yeah.
of all time.
So, I think this was a fun one-off for Johnny, and I
Yes.
think I like that they're doing this. I like this type of one-off better than like a Dolph Ziggler one-off or
Oh, Dolph.
you know, something like that where, and even a New Day one-off where it didn't really go anywhere. I feel like this one didn't need to go anywhere else. So,
Like, if it doesn't go anywhere, you're happy.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
But like if you come in with the intent of being like, no, I'm here.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't go anywhere, then
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's a waste.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
But now we have our semi-main event, which is the Women's Tag Team Championship match with Fallon Henley and Kiana James.
What's her tits?
What's her tits? Versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Now,
They need to come up with a really freaking cool name, dude.
'cause
It's
I
right
l-
there.
I like them as a team.
Yes.
I do.
It's got the mythical, the spoopy, the ooh.
I did not give two shits about this match.
Not at all.
And I'm like, so this should not have been the semi-main.
no.
The Johnny Grayson unsanctioned match should have been the semi-main.
I would even say the 5-person.
Oh, the Fatal 5-Way for the
Absolutely.
North American?
Yes.
Huh. Okay.
Like, if we're gonna go out with a bang.
That's true.
But the thing is that then it would have been tainted a little bit, I guess, by the ending of the other one.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But
That's why we're not paid the big bucks yet.
Not
We
yet.
still have to learn.
We're working our way.
Hunter.
I think they realized that Kiana can't wrestle.
Oh, just now?
I think creative has now realized that she can't wrestle.
Oh.
Because
See, creative does not listen to this.
No, they
'Cause
don't.
They would have known.
But I think they've realized it now because now they're making her rely so heavily on this relationship with Jensen.
Yeah.
And that's what cost them this match.
He turned it. That was very satisfying.
It was, but
I mean, it wasn't like a real enjoyment. It was just like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't. I didn't like anything about this. Like, I really didn't. I really tried. Like, because I like Alba Fire. I like Isla Dawn. I think it's very interesting that they've put them together because they were like mortal enemies like only 2 takeovers ago.
Like, hated their guts.
Yeah, but now, they're in a tag team, which again, we have not been watching weekly, so I'm sure we missed some stuff along the way.
If I'm going to go ahead and guess real quick, it's probably just that like they suddenly like they were fighting so much and then they were like, but hey, like we work together really well.
You're spoopy, I'm
spoopy.
Like,
you've got fire and I've got magic. Like, let's get together. Yeah.
I was like, I have fire, you have fire, I have crazy.
I have
like
crazy.
It could work. So I do like them together, and I think it will be interesting going forward now that they are the champs. I think it'll be interesting to see what the division will look like going forward. This whole show is spoilers. Like, we always say, oh, spoiler alert, this happened.
Oh, but wait, if
But
you're
like,
listening.
If you're listening, more than likely you know what's happened.
Oh.
But just kidding. Anyway, I don't know. I just didn't I didn't give 2 shits.
No.
I really didn't. And it is because of Kiana.
It's just her.
I like Fallon.
Like,
But
she
also,
needs...
Fallon Henley is such a millennial parent baby name.
It is
right?
like the most.
It is such a Gen Z name.
That is the most country star wannabe singer, like
Well,
songwriter.
It makes sense for that gimmick, right?
Absolutely.
And the name I don't have a problem with, and I don't have a problem with her. I just have a problem with them putting her with Kiana and having Kiana basically just take over with this Jensen love story that they have going on, which if that's what you're basing your tag team off of, then that means that you can't wrestle. Right? And I'm sorry to say that, but she really can't.
She can't be my ignorant slut every time.
I mean, she can though if she doesn't
I mean,
improve. Like this is how you learn, Kiana. If you get ignorant slut too many times,
this will be the third, right?
This is a reflection on you, Baboo. Like you gotta take a look at yourself and understand.
Look in the mirror. Look at yourself. Think long and hard about what you've done.
I mean, hopefully Fallon can now go on and do a singles run. I would love to see her do a singles run with anybody.
I don't know what those boys would do though.
They'd be fine. They were fine without them.
Mm-hmm.
Because Fallon was with them from the beginning, but she was just kind of a valet for them. She didn't really do much.
On the same topic of grislier countrymen, where's Cameron?
That's a really good
Where
question.
the hell is Cameron Grimes? I just thought about that as you were saying that. I was like, you know what? If there was intergender, I would like to see Cameron with her. And I was just thinking, I was like, wait, where the hell is Cameron?
So it has been speculated that Cameron has been primed for a call-up for months now.
No.
And it has gotten put on hold. And Gina, after this podcast, I need you to go look up a picture of what Cameron Grimes looks like right now.
No, what do they do to him?
Oh, no. He is jacked to all get out.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh. I was scared they were going to like...
Yeah, no, do not look at it right now. You will get very distracted.
She knows me so well.
I know you and I love you. We are almost done with this show.
And I have been a little ADD today, but that's also a little bit of slap happy tired nature. I will go ahead and admit that. I'm very tired today.
I just know you, and if you look up a picture of him right now,
Ooh, shiny.
that is the rest of the conversation, and that's the rest of the episode right there. But his apparently, last time I heard, the plans have been put on hold for him, and we're not sure
That's
exactly.
such a heartbreaking.
Oh, I agree.
He's such a good talent. I'm sorry, but this match.
I gave this a 2.5. It was.
Oh, you're generous.
It was not good to me.
I gave
at
it
all.
a 1.5. I for real did.
You are more critical than me, I think.
It's just with her. She drives me mad.
Hopefully,
I will give her a 1.5. I will give the rest of the match a 2.
Okay, that's fair.
Yes. Because I can't do that to Isla Dawn and to.
No, because that's
they're
what
good.
sucks about this whole thing is that we're not talking about them at all.
Yeah.
And they won.
See, you know what? This is the thing. Like when you were in high school and you had like a group project, and like I'm gonna go ahead and out myself here. I was a little bit of a teacher's pet in English class. I really liked English class, but I would be the one that would be put with the other people because I could work well with others. But they also knew like if the project was going down, like I would be fine.
Yeah.
This is that Isla Dawn and remind me of the other.
Alba Fire.
Alba Fire, thank you. Sorry, I want to call her by her other name.
That's okay.
Her older name. But Alba Fire, they're put with these guys right now because they know they're going to be okay.
Sure.
And I think that's wrong.
Well, I mean, they have to have a women's tag match on the show, right?
So now that they've taken it, run, ladies, run, run with your fire and your crazy magic, run.
Exactly. So hopefully we can move forward from this.
Yes.
Hopefully Fallon can go on a singles run and be fine.
I want to do a knockoff Taylor Swift so bad.
That could work.
I could see it, dude.
Give it a try.
Make like a knockoff Teardrops on my guitar.
Yeah. Oh God.
Final match. Segue.
So our main event of the evening is for the NXT Championship, which is Braun Breaker versus Carmelo Hayes.
I love me some Carmelo Hayes.
His entrances just get more and more elaborate.
Love it. I love how
each
extra he
time.
is.
And I love it. I love the extra.
Ladies and gentlemen, him.
Yeah. And he comes out and
Every
he's
time.
always in a ridiculously cut crop top shirt.
That frat boy who was totally drunk when he made it, crop top.
And now he has to live
And
with
then
the
he has
decision.
to but the beer, he doesn't have a beer gut, but yes. Like he is very jacked. He's beautifully jacked. But
I know, but like that length of crop
It
to
is
me
something
never works. It just never works for me on anybody,
like, aren't you cold? Aren't you cold? It's the point of a shirt is to keep you warm.
It's like just enough that it doesn't keep you warm.
Yeah, it's like
Right.
at that point it's like, okay, but like we can still definitely tell that like you're cold because your nipples like are showing through.
Well, only men would be able to wear that length. Right?
Right.
Because that would hit differently on every single woman, right?
That would be inappropriate for me. I'll go ahead and say that one.
You would definitely not be able to cut it that high.
No. No.
But, I mean, to me, this match, and I don't know if this was because I just wanted this outcome so much, but to me, this match seemed predictable.
Absolutely.
Because really, basically, the loser of this was going to go up to the main roster, in my mind.
Oh, you thought that he had the opportunity to go up.
I think both of them had an opportunity to go up.
Okay.
Because both of them have shown up in dark matches on the main roster before this.
Okay. I did not know that about
Usually,
Carmelo.
when that happens...
I knew that about Braun, but...
Usually when that happens, they see who they would want first. And then whoever wins the title, the person who loses usually goes
the
up.
one that goes up.
But again, that's the old NXT rules, right? Like that's how we ran things back in the original Black and Gold era, right? Like if you had a champion who was... Karrion Kross is a really good example of this, right? So when he was NXT champion, and everybody was like, he's done here. He needs to go, right? He needs to move up. When he lost the title at the end, sometimes they cut this out of the takeover. Sometimes they don't. It depends on who it is. But at the end, there's a chant a thank you chant.
Yes.
It's either like thank you, whoever.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh.
But that's because people kind of just, the crowd, the
They
loyal NXT fans, they know the order of operations. They know what this brand is, even though
Yeah,
it hurts
we know the ladder.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Even though you look at it and you're like, that hurts my heart.
Yeah.
That you're leaving. Like
But
Ricochet.
go get that good paycheck.
Ricochet was one of those people for me. I was like,
Ricochet
please don't take him from us. Please.
Ricochet is still underused and
100%.
Oh, like why is he with Braun Strowman? I'm sorry, continue. We were on the last one. I'm not gonna get distracted.
You're already there, dude.
Oh,
So it's kind of just understood that that's the order of operations
Yes.
here, right? But for me, Braun Breaker he's lost his luster for me and has for a while. Now I am in the minority of that, and I know that.
but I mean,
I am as a huge, like, if you're looking at the crowd as a whole, the NXT crowd loves Braun Breaker.
they didn't do a thank you chant though.
They may cut it out.
Oh, that's true.
They may cut them out now. They used to not.
Interesting choice.
But I would be curious, because this match to me was better than I think his match with Waller.
Yeah, that's why
It
I
was
really think that
leaps
they
and
did
bounds
not.
better. I don't think they worked well together at all. But Carmelo is such a versatile talent that I think he really can work with anybody.
Yes.
So I think their styles didn't match, but they didn't clash, if that makes sense. So I think I'm not going to say I was 100% on board with this match, just because I'm so over Braun Breaker at this point. Like, he literally has reached Roman status for me. He has
I can see
maybe
that.
2 or 3 moves that he is really good at, and he does a lot of grandstanding, a lot of dog barking, all that stuff, and that's fine for your character, but at the same time, to me, it doesn't matter as much. So when you rely so heavily on that, like Roman does, I feel like I don't really take you as seriously as a champion, as a wrestler, just because you have 2 or 3 moves that you are really good at, but at the same time, can you work with everybody? Can you tell compelling stories in the ring? And to me, his matches don't tell stories. His matches are a means to an end.
Yeah.
For me.
I guess I'm just still more butthurt about him because he came in with the idea and the desire to not be like his dad.
Very much so.
And now he's just his dad.
Yeah.
That's all he is.
Well, really,
He dropped to all fours and barked at Carmelo in the corner.
Yeah.
Like he was like chasing a squirrel. Like,
but let's be real though. He said that he didn't want to come in and ride off the legacy of his dad. But he came in dressed just like him.
In the 2.0 colors.
Still barked like a dog.
Yeah.
During his entrance. Called it the doghouse.
Yeah.
Right? Like, basically did everything that is Steiner related, but then said, no, I don't want to be associated with that, so I don't want anyone to say.
Yeah, but my name's Braun Breaker.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I want to make my own way.
Breaker.
Exactly. But I want to make my own way and do my own thing, but I also want to copy everything that my dad did. So
I get it. It's a hard balance. From
the beginning, I was just like, okay, you're talking out of 2 sides of your mouth right now.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But I think, I don't know if he'll do well on the main roster. I really don't. But I don't think that.
Well, maybe we will.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe we will.
Because this is what we were alluding to at the top of the episode. So, it was rumored that Braun Breaker was going to be one of the NXT call-ups.
Yes.
That would debut the week after Mania.
Ah.
Because that is notoriously when either new signees, like free agents,
Yep.
aka Jay White, could have debuted.
Goodness.
A lot of free agents could have debuted and didn't. A lot of NXT call-ups could have happened that didn't. I don't know if it was because of this freeze that they've put on if it is a very bad time to do that.
I just don't know why there would be. Just because you don't want to admit that you're in charge and that you want to pick your people.
I think there's more cuts coming.
Oh my God.
I really, honestly, that's what it points to. Because I don't mean to bring it down. I'm just saying.
No, that's fair.
Like,
that's
why
a fair
else
assessment.
would you say no more new hires, no more call ups right now? We're putting a hold on that.
Well, now that Vince is back, he has to have the money that he was getting before. 'Cause it has to come from somewhere, clearly.
Yeah, it's called Endeavor.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's where his money's coming from now. But I will say that I think it will happen for Braun unless he shows up. As of we're recording this on a Monday, if he shows up on NXT tomorrow night, then that's a totally different story.
That would be something.
But
also, his daddy's in a little bit of hot water right now.
oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, he said some very, very transphobic things.
Oh, well, him and a lot of other people.
Yeah.
A lot of other old wrestlers, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I think that with Carmelo winning this and him being the new champion, I do approve of it.
Oh, absolutely.
I just, again, I wish I cared a little bit more, but I just really, and that's what kind of bothers me about the mentality of we have to have our main champion be the main event. I mean, you don't have to.
Sometimes it doesn't have to be cookie cutter.
I mean, and I hate to give Roman credit for anything, but it shows that you don't have to have the main guy in the main event spot for it to be a good main event.
Yeah.
So not saying that Roman did that, but I'm saying having
kind of furthers the point.
Yeah. Have it because at the beginning when they were talking about the 2-night WrestleMania this year, Roman was supposed to headline both nights. That was the first
For what?
round. I don't know. He
Existing.
he would defend one belt on one night and one belt on the other. That was the original pitch, right?
Understood.
But obviously they didn't go that way. And night 1 was significantly better than night 2 main
night
event.
one was the best.
Right? Because of that Sammy Kevin Uso match.
Best match.
So it proves that you can have a good main event without it being the champion in the main event.
Especially if you're listening to your people, to the crowds.
Yeah, and I feel like that Fatal 5-Way could have easily been the main event. I mean, even that women's ladder match could have been the main event.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Having
to have
Indy Hartwell
two ladders back to back.
Having it, well, no, it was just one ladder match.
Like, oh, it's unsanctioned. Sorry, but
yeah, but like having Indy Hartwell, like NXT darling, close the show with winning the title, that would have been a great ending.
With Index and then with Johnny and all of them hugging and.
But no, we get Braun Breaker passing the torch, to Carmelo, which I know I sound bitter by saying that, but like, I don't know, just I hate when my main event doesn't fully deliver for me.
My only concern now is that Carmelo's been through almost everybody. And now Braun Breaker was one of the last ones that he was going to go up against. So, I mean, I know that NXT has the ability to redo stuff. I'm interested to see where he goes from here because he's really kind of just beaten everybody. Not in the same sense of like Breaker.
Yeah,
but
not necessarily. I think that there are some people that
he's definitely had matches with everybody.
Well, yes, but everybody has had matches with everybody at this point. People don't. We have wrestling fans have goldfish brains. Remember,
we
don't remember
that.
shit.
That's fine.
So, or at least they want us to have goldfish brains. I think it'll be interesting because I think he has a lot of people to go after because all of those people that were just in that Fatal 5-Way, all of them could be perfect contenders for first contender for him.
My brain went Dragunov.
Now that would be sick.
That would be sick. Be amazing. Because they do all the high flying stuff, but then he'd be just like a Tasmanian devil, like running after him.
Yeah,
trying to catch him in the air and like throw him down.
Honestly, I want to see McDonough. I really do. I think they could tell a really good story.
Ooh.
Yeah, but really.
2 heels against each other. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Yes.
I think it could work. I think any of them could work. that were in that ladder
That does
match.
make me feel better.
Yeah.
Thank you. That makes me feel better.
Yeah, no, I think he'll be just fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, I mean, I gave this match a 3.5 just because I enjoyed it because of Carmelo, and I think it is time for Braun to move on. If he doesn't, I think it's a missed opportunity, and I don't really know where he goes from there unless they do a rematch.
And that would suck.
It would suck.
It would suck a lot.
Here's to hoping that's not the way that they go.
Here's to that. Raise a glass for
freedom.
Raise a glass for Breaker.
Exactly. So overall, I gave this whole takeover a 4.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good. It wasn't perfect. There were definitely some spots where I'm like, okay, you know, it could have been better.
Yeah.
But I think for the WrestleMania of NXT, which is what this technically was, I think that was pretty solid.
Yeah.
Who is your ignorant slut?
What's her tits?
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. I mean,
well, I also went back and forth for a little bit, only because, like, I was concerned with Valkyria, not because it was bad, because she's not bad, but I just felt bad for her not getting enough spots.
she just got lost.
She did, and I felt a little sad about that.
Yeah,
but I didn't want to give her ignorant slut because of it, because it wasn't her fault. But
No.
I definitely wanted to bring it to light, be like, hey, like, guys, she's really good. Like, what happened there? So,
yeah, I think she'll be okay.
yeah.
But yeah, she just kind of got lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like Kiana just needs.
It's just the story is trash.
She needs to go away, and they need to rethink what they're doing with her.
She needs to go back and train.
Yeah,
Like, beginning
that's what
level
I mean.
train.
That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
she needs to go away
yeah.
and get repackaged and figure something else out.
Yeah.
Because either they pulled her when she was not ready, or maybe I don't know. I don't know what's going on, because she's definitely a weak link, and it really shows.
It's just, yeah, it's disappointing.
So I have an honorable mention.
Okay.
I'm sorry, The Rock.
You really didn't like her.
It's Ava Raine. I didn't.
Dang.
I really didn't. I cannot really pinpoint why. I just didn't think that she fit. And I don't think she really fits with Schism. You know, I feel like they put her there, and again, this is probably her training, and this is
like her daddy.
You know, and I feel like she will get better.
Absolutely.
But people who have honorable mentions for ignorant slut, it's a learning
Hey,
learning experience.
we had a lot of them where then they showed up after putting them in their place.
Raquel was ignorant slut for a long time, and she learned her lesson.
She did.
Right, and she's doing fine now.
She's right back where she needs to be.
But I will say, like, my actual ignorant slut is just that tag match. Like, what the hell? Like, what was the point? Like,
nothing.
There
was no point.
What was the point of that match? It did not further any story. It just made us more confused.
That's why I wanted to give it to her specifically, just because I know that Alba and Isla can do so much better, and it's not because of them, it's just because of her. Like, she just sucks. Like, she just sucks.
Right, but that whole
awful.
tag match just really threw me for a loop.
Like,
I was like, why?
Whoopee cushion,
Yeah, it was
deflated.
not great.
No.
So that's my ignorant slut.
That's a good ignorant slut.
Who is your EST?
I have to give it to the best couple ever. I have to.
The couple?
The best couple. Well, they are married.
Well, yes.
No, I have to give it to Indy, but by proxy, then my runner-up is Dexter.
Okay, I was about to say,
I'm giving it to Indy Hartwell, but I also cannot go and ignore just the love in the air and the help from Dexter.
You would.
It's great. It was. I was not prepared for that, and I was floored. I was so excited to see him back again.
Yeah, no,
I hope he comes back.
I gave it to Indy as well,
Yay!
just because it's kind of hard to not get wrapped up in that.
She deserves it,
and solely for her sake, because I feel like we said this when we were reviewing the match, like she not only deserves it, but like has really put in her time.
Yes.
And I think has really
trained, worked.
And everything that they've given her, she has made it work.
Like, even when it was her with, what was it, Duke Hudson? What was that?
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah, they gave when Dexter got released.
Yeah.
And they made her do this whole storyline with Duke Hudson
because they both were missing their loved one.
Yeah.
That was
it was weird. It was really weird.
But she did her damnedest.
But she made it work.
She did her damnedest.
She made that storyline work regardless of how cringy it was. So I think that this is just a good culmination of all of that.
Yeah.
But I also gave an honorable mention to just the North American match in general, just because, my God.
So
good.
Unreal.
But, I mean, I feel like, again, overall it was fun, but I think we have another one coming up soon.
Coming up pretty hot.
Yeah. I have to go back and look exactly what the date is, but
I know it's coinciding with everyone else.
I swear to God, they are just trying to murder us
on purpose.
It is Memorial Day weekend, right? Which is in May, but also it is the same time as Double or Nothing as well.
Always.
And they did that to us last year, and thankfully, I think there were like 3 last year.
Yes, back to back to back.
Yeah, because WWE had a main roster pay-per-view on top of having a takeover that same weekend, and as well as Double or Nothing last year.
Was that the one where we were at my parents and we went to bed at like 3 a.m?
I hated my life. I had to carry my dog to bed because my dog had fallen asleep and said, "Fuck you guys, I'm going to bed."
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
He was like, "I'm going to curl up on this little bed out here and I'm going to go to sleep and you're going to have to carry me because I'm not getting up."
Yeah. I'm taking Gina's parents' dog's bed and sleeping in it. Good night.
So yeah, it was that match.
That was a crazy.
Oh God, it was such a long match. But anyway, so yeah, they're doing it to us again, but thankfully, as of right now, we only have 2. Okay. So that is doable for our team.
We can do that. We can make it work.
Yes, but I'll have to get with David because I think that Long Walk Talks is actually on hiatus right now.
Yes, for a little bit, just because of everything with Macbeth.
Exactly. So stars are not aligning for them to record at all. But yeah, so Gina?
Yes?
If people want to follow you.
Oh, yes.
I have to do producer shit now.
Look at you.
I had to think of like, what comes next? If people want to follow you on Instagram, where can they do that?
They can follow me at Broadway_baby1218. There's remnants of wedding, but I'm moving on and we're ready to post more things. I got a really cute picture of Noir. I might post it later today.
Yeah, there you go. You can move to.
It's time. I'm ready to move on.
Yeah. I know you are.
I'm about to hit 6 months. Like, it's time.
Yeah, and
we're good.
You got to make room for your your little niece pictures.
Oh my gosh, and my nephews and my all 7 and 8, 7. Yes.
Yeah. And then your by proxy one with me.
Yes, and then because that's the next thing. There will be plenty of pictures of the nursery that will be painted very soon.
That's true, which is very exciting.
It's very exciting.
And if you want to follow me personally, you can do that at Slay All Ray on Instagram. That's really the only place that I'm at.
Yeah,
it's the only place I really care about. I'm only on Twitter to help promote this show, to be completely honest with you. But if you want to follow Long Walk Podcast, you can do that on Twitter and on Instagram at Long Walk Podcast. And I don't know if we have a Twitter presence anymore.
So that was discussed. Robert did discuss bringing that back as well, because now that he will be fully involved, that he wants to bring it back, and
that's fine.
We can help with that. I can help with that since you do other things.
Okay, because I cannot.
You do
handle another social media account. I do it for 2 different organizations now. Yeah.
So you're fine. Robert and I will figure that out.
Well, friends, thanks for listening to us this time, and I know went off the rails maybe a little bit.
It might be a little longer than our normal, but that's fine.
We're coming in at around normal.
Well,
so it'll
perfect.
be all right. But yeah, for This Is a Takeover, I'm Shelby Ray Patterson.
And I'm Gina Brafford.
And you don't have to be called up to the main roster. You're doing fine where you're at.